Oh, shit. Whoop. There you go. Knocking crap over already. Right from the get-go.
If I'm not spraying soda all over the place. So.
Well, that was my job.
Yeah.
Yours is to knock it over and spill it. You notice I put my little ditty way over here so I won't.
Right. Yeah, I should probably put
Get
it
it all
there too.
because I'm like a bull in a china shop. Oh my God, the other day at work. I don't know if you remember, but at the end of the cash wrap, we've got this square plinth. And on top of it is a glass cube with the back out because we display stuff in there. Well, they're very precarious the way they're put together. It's pieces of glass with metal clips that you screw to tighten it, right?
Yeah.
But it's not very, you don't want to lean on it, this and that and the other. Well, last Saturday I go to close and I get the stuff, turn the computer monitor off, I grab the money bag and I turn to walk back. BAM! It falls. Candle that was sitting on top. Thank God I had put it out.
Did you hit it or it just fell
No,
apart?
I must have brushed up against it. The top and the side glass fell out. The other two sides stayed in. Candle bust everywhere.
Oh
Everything that was on top of it scattered to the four winds. I was like, are you kidding me?
You're like, I was ready to go home.
So I had to find everything.
Right.
Had to clean up all the glass. Had to take the rug and go shake it outside because Lisa likes to go barefoot behind the, you know.
Yeah.
So I get the broom and I sweep up as best I can because the vacuum cleaner's at her house and blah, blah, blah. Get it all put back together. Thankfully, none of the glass is broken in the cube. The only thing I broke, I think, was the candle. Yeah. And so put it back together. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Because she tells me all the time I'm a bull in a china shop. And I am. I'm not going to deny it. I really am. You know, because something will happen. And she's like, nope, move that out of the way first. Because, or I'll knock something over or I'll run into a rack and she'll just go, bull, bull, bull. What color you have on?
Quirky.
Is that quirky, really? Huh. Okay. Shameless plug. Merle Norman Plush Lips in Quirky, and Merle Norman Lip Pencil Plus in Gold Amber. All right, are you ready to start?
Sure.
Okay, you want to do it?
Sure.
All right.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Good morning and welcome to the Full of Nid
Podcast? Not yet. It's still illegal in this state.
Sorry. We are not in California or any of those other cool states. The Full of Knit Podcast. It is Monday, August 19th. It is.
Wow,
yes,
it is.
It is 3,000 degrees outside with 85% humidity.
God.
All we know is that it's hot and sweaty outside.
Right.
And
I'm Susan.
And I'm Karen.
You can find me on all the platforms as NC Knitta.
And you can find me as the Havelock Zoo.
And we have a group on the Ravelry called Full of Knit Podcast. You can go over there, join the group, sign in. We're not very active at the moment because we have lots of shit to do. And
that's also, we are also on the social media platforms as Full of Knit Podcast.
Right. Yep. So has that covered all that stuff?
I think it did.
Individually, podcast. Okay. I guess that'll do it. And it's very little and limited, but if you want to take a gander over at the Sheep Dip Dye Works.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on there too. You can find it through my...
Because Susan dyes yarn.
Occasionally. I don't sell it to...
It's very pretty yarn.
I sell it to one shop and my friends, and that's it. Because I don't have time for other... Yeah. It's been so hot.
God, yes.
No way I was getting out there in the garage. No, nope. I like life too good. I did it one day, and with that mask on, oh my gosh, I had to go in and sit down.
I bet.
It was hot, so I'll just have to wait till it cools off a little bit. So, all right. Are we ready to get started?
Let's get started.
Maybe we should tell people what this podcast is about.
Nah, y'all figure it out.
All right, so we will be talking about knitting, sometimes cross stitch, crochet, that kind of stuff. And at the end of the podcast, we usually critique, whatever you want to call it,
You
a
taste
craft beer.
Craft beer.
Because she's a craft beer aficionado and I am not. So we do that just to see what's what. And then we'll give you a thumbs up, thumbs down, recommend it or not recommend it, and then have at it. All right. You want to go first?
Sure.
My friend?
Ta-da!
Because I'm at the end of
I finished my Atlantis socks.
So pretty.
These are from last year's Cozy Knitter Yarn of the Month Club. This is on her, look at this, I even have the label. It's the Cozy Knitter, and it's on her Bliss base. Okay, there we go. And the color is Atlantis.
It's so pretty.
And I do 56 stitches on a 2.25 millimeter needle. I do my socks magic loop 2 at a time concurrently, not on the same needle, because that makes me twitchy. So ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Even though the thought of putting on socks right now just makes me sweat already.
Shh, I'm having a hot flash as we speak.
Oh, no.
I'm not
No,
real sure that
sure.
waving wool is
Smell, trick or treat, smell my feet.
You're stupid. Okay. Is it,
Do you have anything finished?
I do, but I'm right here at the beginning of
All
this
right,
row,
then
which
I will-
requires
Oh.
thought, so.
This is something that's finished. I did not finish it. This is a darn knit Rasta hat. Malabrigo Rasta. I think this is the Arco Iris
Looks like it.
colorway. Or Indicita, one or the other.
Oh, it looks
I
more
think
like
it's
Indicita.
Indicita.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Arco Iris is a little pinkier. Anyhow, one of my knitting students, Carol, gave this to me for us to put in our chemo hat
Oh, cool.
thingy.
Neat,
She said,
neat,
I
neat.
made this hat because I wanted to make it. And apparently she doesn't wear hats. She
Well,
said,
that's kind of like me. I mean,
Yeah.
I love hats, but
yeah. She said, I'll never wear this, so you take it and put it with your chemo hat stuff.
awesome.
So thank you, Carol. That was very sweet of you. And speaking of chemo hats, I finished this one. It is called the Gia chemo hat. It is a free pattern on the Ravelry.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Isn't that cute?
That is cute.
It's got
Huh.
cute little pleats.
Ruching on the side,
Yes.
or whatever you call that.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just purling and knitting, and then you leave your tail long when you cast on,
And then,
and then
wrap
you
it.
just
That's
wrap
how you.
it through there. That's what makes the little thingy.
Cool.
So I thought that was really cute. And this is just, I think this is Bernat or one of those Karen soft.
Out of your stash.
Yeah, out of my stash of stuff.
Cute.
Yeah.
Is
So
that a
was
free?
fun.
You
Yeah,
probably
this is,
said it, but I was paying attention to what
Yeah,
I was doing.
it
That's
is a
a free
free pattern.
pattern. I'll have to find that one and do
Yeah.
it then.
yeah,
Oh, let me write it down real quick.
okay.
Gia chemo hat. I'm sure I've probably seen it on the wrap,
Right.
but
And it was an easy TV project because you just purl knit, and then you knit for the body of the hat, and
Yep.
then
decrease and you're
yep,
done.
and then you decrease.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's my 2 finished things.
That's ironic because I have 2 finished things also.
Wow.
I know, right? Oh no, I actually have 3.
What? Overachiever.
Karen's gonna have to pop in a picture because the
Oh.
one finished object
Yeah.
has already made its way to Dubai. So,
Yes.
all right, so you'll pop that picture in. Those are cute little baby socks. Really, oh my gosh, they were so super cute. It's a Kate
They were very
Atherley
cute.
pattern. Did I bring it? I think I did somewhere. But it's on the picture. Y'all will see all that.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're a family member, turn your head or
Avert your eyes.
yeah, or do that thing where you
Zip it along.
forward.
Fast
yeah,
forward.
fast forward. Yep, that
Those
thing.
are really cute.
I made another pair. This is going to be what I'm doing for my Christmas gifts this year of the biscotti,
Version of the non-felted slipper.
what she said.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have the yarn
Wrappers?
wraps, no, but it's Barocco Ultra Wool, and it's like a tweedy red.
That is a pretty red.
Yeah, it is a beautiful red, and just a gray. So that pair is done. So that'll go in the. I've already got my gift bag laid out, and as I do them, I just drop stuff in. I know, right? That's now.
That's some organization.
It won't last long, trust me. And then the next one is a long-suffering whip that several way back episodes ago I did.
That was like last year, wasn't it?
I think so. I did the Knitting Expats Schlanket. Is that what it was called?
Cozy Schlanket.
Cozy Schlanket, which was a big shawl with 3 different colors, and the yarn I used was from Artistic Lily, and it was the Calamity Jane Buffalo Trail. There was 3 of them in there. It was a group of 3 that she did. Anyway, I had leftovers, so I cast on this hat. I think it's free, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to show you the back of it, but you get the gist of it. Here's the hat finished. So I think the pattern only called for 2 colors, but I was trying to use up this yarn, so...
Right. That looks good in 3 colors.
Yep, I thought so. The only thing about it is that in this color, there's dark brown splotches, you know, bits.
Yeah.
So when I went into the brown,
Right.
then some of them you can't see, and then same thing up in the pink part, but it doesn't matter because I'm just trying to get rid of it. So after knitting the Schlanket and the hat, this is DK weight, if I remember correctly, I had this much of the dark brown, this much of the creamy, and this one of the pinky color left.
Wow.
Yep. So if I were doing a DK weight Cozy Memories blanket,
Right.
there you go.
There you go. You could do a baby hat with those.
True. Oh yeah, I could.
A tiny little baby hat.
I can't decide if I want to give this one up yet or not.
Yeah, I would hold on
I'm going to
it.
hang on to it for a little while. I might throw it in the chemo hat pile, but for right now I think I'm going to keep it. So, and all my floats
it would
on
look
the
good
inside
on
are-
you, but I don't know. Like you said, I don't know how much you wear hats.
Not
But it
as
might
much
be
as
a
I would
good-
like to,
well,
but I'll just hang on to it.
yeah.
If I decide that I'm not going to, then I'll put
Right.
it in there in the pile for the
Gotcha.
giveaways. Yep.
Cool.
All right, and I, to my knowledge, think I've not been very motivated since we saw y'all last. I don't know why.
Maybe it's the heat. It does kind of suck the life out of you.
It does. And
Well, maybe the humidity.
I don't know.
Because I
But-
like the warmth, but when you walk outside and just immediately start sweating.
Yeah, that's
just-
no bueno.
Yeah.
No bueno. All right, so that's all my FOs. What you got?
I have, that's all my FOs too, but I got
You a hoe. What
I'm
you
a
call a hoe?
Oh.
Idaho, she the hoe.
We ought to hoe.
What's that?
This is, and now I'm thinking, do I have the pattern? Hang on.
I know I saw
I
it.
have it. I have
Yay.
it.
I was going to say, I know I saw it in a post from the knit shop.
I am 99.9% sure this is a free pattern. But I will just show you this. It is from Amanos del Uruguay. This is the Drops of Spring mitts. And it is made with their, oh, it's bocados. I keep calling it brocados. Yo, bro.
Would that be anything near like Bro Roco?
But these are the Allegra Grande bocados. I'm not sure what bocados means. Maybe it means minis, because these are all little minis.
If any of y'all want to research that and comment below and let us know
Yes.
what it means, that would be great.
But we have them at the Knit Nook Yarn Shop in Morehead City in these cute little boxes.
So sweet.
There are 5 in a box. So we have these 3 colors, and then these.
Those are pretty.
And then
colors
there's also
altogether.
some bright, like the lime green and hot pink and
colors,
all
yeah.
that, the hot colors in the other kit. So these are done on size 4s and 6s. And the pattern calls for DPNs, but I'm doing them magic loop just because I want to. And since it is worsted weight yarn, they go really quickly. And I finished this one, and this one is about a third of the way done. We did a class on these, and everybody did really well.
Oh,
like
yeah?
a beginning Fair Isle colorwork
Oh, yeah,
kind of class
Good idea.
with these.
It's superwash merino and polymod or nylon.
Yeah.
And it's a worsted weight. So you could use this little kit for a lot of different stuff.
Yes, you
A
could.
hat.
You could do hats. And these colors, this one is a blueberry, magenta, and turmeric.
I love turmeric.
Yes. But yeah, these little kits, I mean, you could do hats and mitts and whatever. Or just put them in, get a full skein of something.
Mm-hmm.
And pop them in there for like a scarf or even colorwork sweater. These are 25 grams, I believe.
50 yards.
50 yards. Yeah, 25 grams skein, 50 yards.
So you could do like that stripe hat, that blue sky, the blue
Yeah.
sky.
Mm-hmm. The
Well,
21
like
color
that.
slouch. Yeah.
Because that 21 color, that's fingering weight, I think. But you could find
Yeah.
a pattern like that, a stripe
Right.
or, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're pretty also. I like those
I
colors
know.
together.
I thought they look even prettier on the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, close up they're pretty, and the construction is really easy. It's a chart for the pattern, but the chart is in color, so
Okay.
I think that makes it a little easier
Right.
for me.
Or especially if you're just learning.
Right, if you're just starting out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think it would help make it
Mhm.
easier.
Yeah.
With that. All right. So is that,
So that's it for Hose and Foes.
and if you're new to knitting, a faux is a,
Finished object.
Karen will probably put it down at the bottom.
Probably.
Or
Or maybe
she
I
maybe
won't.
not won't.
We don't know.
And a hoe is a half object, half
Right.
finished object. So I guess it's huffo.
Yeah.
Huffo. Huffo.
Huffo. Hose sounds better.
It
I
do.
don't know why.
It
but
do.
It does.
It do. Kind of like it tickles me when somebody says, "What state do you live in?" Idaho. I wouldn't tell everybody
I wouldn't tell
that
everybody.
Idaho, but whatever. Karen,
What?
I'm just going to tell you. I think
Oh.
you need some baskets. I
need to get rid of some baskets.
She's got some really cool baskets right, well,
A
in front of
basket
me.
weaver and a basket weaving
Nut.
teacher years
Yeah.
ago
They're-
until it got too hard for my hands.
They're
and-
gorgeous. Well, if you ever
They're
want to
just-
unload any on anybody, I'm just saying.
Okay. You
All
shouldn't
right.
have said that.
Uh-oh. Okay, so foes and hoes are done. So I guess we'll move on to whips, which are works in progress. And I only brought 2 whips this week.
I got
How many you got?
1, 2, 3,
Overachiever.
4.
You just trying to show off.
Well, 3 and a really weird one.
I'm usually the one that has, well, I do have 9,000 hoes, whips. I do.
It's quite a harem.
I was sitting there thinking, I got 99,000 hoes.
Yeah. 9,000 problems and
but
a
a
hoe
hoe
ain't one.
Speaking of, this weekend I was immersed in UFC, so
Oh, Lordy.
yeah, my balls is hot man
Your
didn't
balls
fight.
was-
He didn't fight this weekend, but
Aw.
that's okay. He'll fight again.
Because
That's
his
no
balls
problem.
was hot.
I had to take a rest. So yeah, I only have 2 whips this week. So you want me to go ahead first?
Sure,
and you
go
knock-
ahead.
I'll
Go
knock
ahead
mine on out.
first.
Okay, so last podcast, our friend the Crazy Sock Lady Kay had just released a new sock pattern called Sure Did.
Heel toe dosey do.
I love the name of that. So this is a paid for pattern on Ravelry. Heel Toe Dosey Do by Kay Litton. And if you are a longtime viewer of the podcast, you will remember that I ordered some Christmas yarn one time. And while we were podcasting at my house at Full of Knit West, I ran out to the mailbox and got it.
Oh, yeah,
Remember?
I remember.
So that's what I cast on for
Oh,
the socks.
cool.
So it's Rockin' String, and it was a Christmas colorway called Merry and Bright Self Striping. It was hard to decide which ones to
Excuse me.
cast on. That's all right. Am I boring you? Well, this won't bore you.
Look
Check
at that.
that.
That
Isn't that
is
pretty?
merry and bright.
So what I did was I had tons of this Knit Picks Hawthorne left over from
Okay.
making Alex's socks.
Mhm.
So I used that for the cuff. I think I'm going to do it for the heel and the toe
Yeah,
to try to use it up. But so far I've completed all the stripes. I'm starting to get on that. I'm thinking whether I want to continue or stop here and put a heel in. I'm probably going to continue.
Okay.
I don't think that's long enough for me.
No.
But this is on Chagu 2.25's 56 stitch cast on per the pattern, and that's what works for me. And this pattern, y'all, is so addictive and intuitive that you knit a stripe and you're like, okay, I gotta quit. I'm like, but no, but I'm getting ready to start the next stripe. And you just, I mean, before I knew it, I had knit to the green and was starting over with the pink.
That's the thing about A, self-striping yarn,
Yep.
and B, a pattern that you really enjoy.
Yep.
It's like you get going and you're like, oh, but look, the next color's coming up.
Yep.
And
I want to see what it looks like.
Right.
And then that's why I got that done. And then I cast on the other one because I like to knit them concurrently so I don't get
second sock syndrome.
what she said.
Yes.
So there's that one. These are my little progress keepers from Knitty by Nature. That just tells me that that's the front of the sock, which I would know anyway because the pattern is only done in the front.
But when you're first starting out, you don't know.
Well, that and I figure I have
They're
them. I may as
fun.
well use them. It's knitting
Right.
jewelry. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I think that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Here, just to give you an idea of when you do a pattern with self-striping yarn, the difference in what it looks. There's what it looks like in the chevron. Very different, just plain knit. But that's a lot of impact for a very little effort when
Right.
using a
Right.
self-striping yarn.
Yeah, if you just want to do a vanilla sock, self-striping yarn is great for that.
Yep, because you get
Right.
a lot of impact for a little bit of effort. And these are in my mid-mitten llama.
Oh, they're llamas in hats.
And by mid-mitten designs. I like it because I can see what's in it.
Yeah.
And it's got a really cool.
Yeah, I like the way she does her strap.
And I think that must have come on it. Oh, no, I might have put that on there. I can't remember. It probably came on there. Because why in the world would I think to do that?
I don't know.
And again, the yarn was Rockin' String Creations, and the colorway was Merry and Bright. So, and it is Merry and Bright.
Yes, it is. Those are going to be some fun socks.
Yes, they are. But I love the pattern.
The RO would like those.
I'm already thinking, ooh, what other yarn can I knit in this pattern? Because it's
Right.
like super, super
Right.
addictive.
Well, since you did that, let me show my chevron sock. We could talk about the differences
My
between
fat's falling out of my
heel
cheeks.
down,
Cuff down and hit it
down,
and toe
and
up.
toe up. Because I'm doing. This is another Mono Storgway. No. This is Earth Yarns. Sorry. Earth Yarns.
Earth Yarns,
pattern.
y'all. Go check them out. If you've not checked them out, go check them out. They have some
It's a
nice
free
stuff.
pattern. Earth Yarns. This is their chevron striped sock, but it is a toe-up sock. And if you watched our last podcast, you would have heard my whining all about that. This, as you can see how it's wound around the little ball there?
Oh, yeah.
That means somebody had to take an entire heel out.
Why? Did
Look, my eye's starting to twitch.
The gunshot. What happened with the gunshot wound heel?
Well, that's not what this pattern calls for. So I'm trying to follow
gotcha.
the pattern.
Okay.
And see, it's making my eye twitch.
Is it a heel flap and gusset?
It is not. It's
Okay.
like a German short row heel, but
Okay.
from the bottom up. And I had to take it out because they do the increases for the heel, like the gusset is done before the heel. So I did the whole thing and it was like an inch too big.
Oh, okay.
Because I had made my little foot template. If you get the Fish Lips Kiss pattern, they tell you how to do a little template for your foot and to mark for like toe-up socks to know where to start your heel. But if you read the pattern, Karen, It says to start your increases like 3¼ inches before, like measure your foot and then start your increases 3¼ inches before the end of your foot.
Okay.
And I didn't do that. I thought, oh, you do the increases and then do the heel.
Right.
Oh, look, here she comes.
Right.
And so it ended up being like an inch too long. So you have to do the increases up to that line that you mark for your heel.
Okay.
And then
you
start the
the
heel. So I did that now, and I think it's going to fit this time. We'll
Okay.
see.
So this is super pretty.
It is, and it's not a terrible pattern. It's only a 2-row repeat. So,
Oh my God, this feels so
and it's
good.
the nicest yarn. It's 100% merino.
Oh my God, it feels wonderful.
And these are done, this is actually done on a size 2, a 2.75. This is only 50 or 52 stitches. 52 stitches, I think.
Okay, you're a knitting teacher. I am not. What is the point in doing the increases so far away from the heel so that you have those extra stitches?
Honestly, I don't know.
Because
I never do my socks toe up, so this is a new thing for me.
Well, I mean, I've done toe-up socks before, and I've never done an increase before I got
But
to.
did you do a short row heel, or did you do a heel flap and gusset?
I either did an afterthought or probably a heel flapping gusset.
Yeah, so that's probably...
But, I mean, I'm looking at my foot, and 3¼ inches away from my foot,
From your heel.
from my heel, is, why would you want it...
Well, let me show you. I'm going to throw my foot up here, people.
Why would you want it wider? I understand wanting it wider through here.
Right, but see what it is. See now, if I had my little foot template thingy, you're
Right.
supposed to
Right.
start your heel like right in the middle of your
Right.
ankle bone, and see that's where that is right now. If you would put that in there,
Right.
you would see. So that means the heel would fit.
Okay.
Before I had this like way up here, these increases. I don't know why it's done like that. That's
I mean,
the
why
pattern.
would you start increasing so far?
I don't know,
3¾
you
That's way up here.
It's actually right here. See where my little marker is?
3
right
3/4 inches?
3¼ inches from the end of my foot.
Oh, from the end of your foot.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant from here.
No, from your heel.
From where you were going to start the heel, and I'm
Yes.
like, man, you'd be increasing from way up here. Okay,
No,
I
no.
misunderstood.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Glad I asked the question because the way my brain heard it was here, let me wave some wool at you. The way my brain heard it was 3 3/4 from where you were going to start the heel. But your meaning on the measurement is 3 3/4 from
Yes.
where the back of your heel is.
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
All right.
But
gotcha.
anyhow, look how pretty
It's
it is.
beautiful and it feels wonderful.
Yes. It is really pretty. And again, see the plain old stripes, but then the pretty little chevron stripes. So I'm learning some new stuff too.
Well, we can always learn new stuff.
Right. I'm building new neural pathways in my brain to stave off dementia. Did you know that when you learn something new that you make new pathways in your brain?
No, I did not. Well, yeah, I probably have heard that on a Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah. So, anyhow,
Awesome.
phew,
So pretty. I love that one I'm doing. I mean,
I know Lisa,
That's
the
probably-
owner of the Knit Nook Yarn Shop where I work and teach. She was like, you know, you could just start over again and use Kay's pattern if you wanted. And I said, yeah, I could.
good. But
But I'm learning something new, and I want my students to learn something new
right.
because somebody might have an affinity for toe-up socks.
Right.
So it's not me, people. I can tell you it's not me.
I used to do all of mine toe up.
You did.
And I don't
What
mind them.
happened?
Well, because I did toe up when I would do 2 at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Which I really like doing 2 at a time until I get to the heel part.
Yeah,
and my
I always
brain,
had issues with
my
that.
brain just doesn't work well with
Yeah.
fuckity fuck fiddly.
Right.
And so it may be very easy, but to me, I look at that and I'm going like, how the hell am I going to put a heel in this? You know
No,
what I mean?
I always ended up taking mine off and putting them on two different
Well,
needles.
that's what I started
and doing
doing.
the heel and then putting it back together. And I thought, what's the point of
That's what I started
this?
doing. So
Yeah.
then I thought, well, if I'm going to do that, I may as well just knit them concurrently, and then I
Right.
can knit up, toe, whatever, cuff
Yeah.
down, toe up, what it doesn't matter. So now that I do them concurrently,
Yeah.
I don't feel like if it's a toe up pattern, okay, great.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if it's a cuff down, great too.
Right.
For me, what I like better about a toe up is you can try it on as you go.
Well, you can with a top down if you do magic loop.
You can, but the way my brain thinks, I'm starting at my toe and I'm working back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I know on my foot where to start the heel,
Yeah.
when I put it on toe up, then I can see, okay, I've knit enough, now I can start
Right.
my heel,
Right.
gusset, whichever kind you're going to do. And if I want to knit it longer
Right.
and go longer up, then I've got to increase some
Right.
for my calf.
Right.
Because if you do
Yeah.
if you do cuff down, whatever you cast on,
Right.
that's as high as it's going to go up your leg.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
So if
yeah.
I wanted to do longer, I would do them
Yeah.
toe up,
That's-
and then you can increase.
This pattern has calf increases too because I think it's supposed to be like a knee sock.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll get that high. There's like 2 calf increases on it. It'll be interesting to see.
So, but and here lately, I've not been knitting any that I care go that high up my calf.
Right.
So doing a cuff down is fine.
Right. And this is in my hash brown casserole and bacon bag that my friend Kathy
Hash
made
brown.
for me. And there's
Hashtag.
there's the cheese.
When there's inside.
Jeez.
That's super cool.
And then inside it says, eat more bacon. No, keep calm and eat bacon.
Oh, I just lied.
You did?
Yeah, I have a work in progress in my hand.
Lawyer.
Totally forgot. This is my podcast knitting.
Right.
This is the Stash Buster shawl by Heather Haynes. It is like $1, $2. So she may have gone up on it now. It's really kind of popular, so she may have gone up. But when I got it, it was only like $1. It's a great way to use up single skeins that you don't know what to do with, or don't play well with others, so to speak, or a really luxurious yarn that you only have one
Right.
of, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. I've knit one before in the past. This will be my second one. This is easy podcast knitting for me. I'm in the middle of a row, so. But you're doing a picot edge as you go, and it's just knitting. That's
Yeah.
it. It's mindless. It's great for driving, sitting at the car dealership, getting your oil changed,
Right.
whatever.
And what yarn are you using?
I'm using, well, first of all, I'm using the collage square needles in a size 6. I decided to try these. I bought these at the Carolina Yarn Festival thing when we went in
Yeah,
February. Was it March? And this is, surprise, surprise, Haute Knit Yarns Jimmy Sock in the muted neon colorway. She's like one of my favorite dyers, and I have right much of her yarn. So that was that one, and I don't know, I'll probably always have one of these on the go, especially for skeins that are kind of oddball skeins, or you can't see putting it with something else and that kind of thing. It's just easy, and it burns up your stash. And
There you go.
it's not. I could give these as gifts at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This will probably be mine because I love these colors. But
It's pretty.
the first one I did, I think that was going to be a gift. So that's a hoe. A whip I forgot about. I'm stuck on hoe today.
You are.
All right. So then that means I have one more, but you go ahead because you have
Okay.
mossed in me.
Oh, these are right here. These are
That's the cutest little bag, by the way.
my little high bag. I got another pair of socks for the RO going. These are Franken socks from Haverland. The little Franken socks kit. He picked it out. He looked at this bag and liked the colors that he saw. And so I've just been...
Did you let him pick which ones he wanted
Well,
to
no,
start
what
with?
I've been doing is just doing like this and telling him to stick his hand in and pull a color.
Gotcha. So he's picking, but he's picking blindly.
Right.
Gotcha.
So far, this is what we got, people. For him, I do 68 stitches on a 2.25 millimeter needle. And...
It's my phone.
Oh, okay.
It's the car dealership. Okay, it must be calling.
Oh,
It must be
okay.
time for
I thought like
service or
there was a
something.
phone off the hook. I was like...
No, it's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or somebody
It's
backing
me.
up into us. So here's the first one. This has got some little speckles. Because in here there's like speckles and stripes and solid colors. And then here's the second one. These are looking very Easter eggish.
Okay, so they're not the same.
No, there's not any two
Okay.
little things. They're on.
So you didn't like split them and do the cuff the same in this
No,
color? Okay.
no.
All right. Okay.
I'm
Gotcha.
just doing... Now these are not going to match in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
I'm just reaching in, or having him reach in and grabbing. They're wound on these little bobbins. And then I just knit until it's done. And this is the next color with this one.
Okay. I was thinking that you would.
I probably could have done some sort of pattern with the solid color ones. And maybe I will with the next ones. But right now it's just easier.
Yeah, it's gonna be
These
fun
were
to
mine.
see how they come out. Though.
We've been having a lot of, if y'all follow me on Instagram, some family stuff and some medical stuff, and there's been a lot of driving, 3 hours this way and 3 hours that way. So these have just been easy car knitting or doctor's office knitting. So I'm enjoying it.
Yep. I can't wait to see him finish. That's gonna be cool.
I know. He's going to love them because the crazier the socks, the more he
Check
likes
that
them. Oh, wow.
It's just
That's
darker
pretty
gray
close.
back.
A
Yeah.
little darker gray.
Yep.
But yeah,
Cool.
so fun. So we'll see if I end up using all of them or not. I think there's 20.
Do you all still have those kits at the shop?
Yes. Yeah,
So-
25 gram mini skeins. And they're 80-20 merino and nylon. So there's 400 yards.
So that's the Knit Nook in Morehead City.
Yes, North Carolina.
And I don't think y'all don't have a shopping website, but you
No.
you can call, and if you see something
We
on
will
here
ship.
that you want, you can call the shop and they can ship it to you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay. Cool deal.
Oops.
All right. So was that our bottle opener?
That was,
Aren't
that's
you
my
glad?
ring.
Aren't you glad you moved that other thing?
That's my ring.
All right. So I have one more whip. This thing, I can't wait for it to be finished. Not because I'm tired of it,
Uh-huh.
but because I want to see it finished.
Oh, yes.
So, I am doing, if you follow the podcast, you would have seen in the past, Andrea Mallory's Birds of a Feather.
Because they flock together.
They do.
My hair looks like I brushed it with an egg beater this
You know,
morning.
I've got to think it every time we do a podcast, I either need a haircut or I just got a haircut. Because look how long. I can't stand it. Anywho.
Sorry, people. I did brush my hair this morning.
Yeah, this is not a knitting, this is the knitting podcast, not a,
It's not a beauty
Beauty
podcast.
part,
Sorry.
even though we had that shameless plug for our
For our
lips.
lipsticks.
So,
Oh my gosh. It gets prettier and prettier.
So I'm not real sure if we were to look at a picture where I'm at. I'm at section 10. If you've knit this or you're knitting along on one, on section 10 right now. But it is coming along nicely. It
Yes.
started out affectionately known as the fuzzy uterus because it really did look
yes.
like that on the needle. Now it looks like I guess the uterus of a giant. I don't know.
It looks kind of like one of those little pointy flags now.
Oh, a pennant.
A
Yeah.
pennant. There you go.
But this is a lot of fun to do. I'm just ready for it to be done. Not because I hate it, but
Well, you get to a certain point in a project and...
you want to see it
Yeah,
finished.
you're like, I'm ready for you to be done.
This pattern is my jam because it's, well, I can't show you, but it's done in sections. So you got section 1, 2, 3, whatever. And once you get through a section, to me, I feel like I've made some kind of progress.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that works for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just ready to see it finished.
Yes.
So I haven't even looked to see what page 5 says. It may be nothing. I may be done on page 5. I don't know. But so anyway, Birds of a Feather, and the yarn is yarn that I dyed for this called Birds of a Feather. I would like to get it finished so you can put it at the shop.
Yes. That would definitely.
And maybe we can sell some kits for it, or
It smells good.
I know. It's been
How did
sitting
that
in the
happen?
bag.
You haven't even blocked it.
I rub it on myself all the time.
Oh, there's your visual. I need a moment. Oh, Lordy. Okay.
Gotcha. All right, so that's all from
Okay.
my
So,
rippers.
remember when I said no more shawls?
Yeah, I remember.
I lied.
I know.
I lied.
Only because there's a caveat, but
Well, yeah.
see, this is what happens when you decide to be a teacher at a yarn shop.
I know. Well, this isn't even really a class. It's a
A knit along.
It's a knit along. So I kind of sort of have to know what's going on so I can help people.
Yeah. Well, that makes all the sense in the world to me.
Is
I have a
I'll put a
mohair.
picture in. I don't have. Oh wait, here we go.
Got a mohair stuck on my face.
I would hold this up. It's a paid for pattern and it's an expensive
Want me
pattern.
to hold
So
it?
there. It's
It-
the Papillon
It is super cool. Oh.
butterfly shawl that we're doing as a knit along at the shop. And I'm doing mine out of the Earth Yarns Unique Fingering. And this is, I think, 100%. Yes. 100% extra fine superwash merino. And the color I'm using for the variegated part is 3020. These don't have any numbers, but this
That feels, this
feel,
yarn.
it is just the squishiest.
Like I said, if you all don't know about them, go check out Earth Yarns on, you can find them on Instagram. And I'll even show you that little .com thing there. They are such nice
And then
yarns.
my contrast color is their harvest fingering called Fig. And these are
That's
the
gonna
ones
be
that
so
are dyed
pretty.
with natural dyes. So
Uh-huh.
Fig is actually dyed with
Fig
figs.
with figs? Some part
Some
of the fig
part of the
bush.
fig.
Some part of the fig.
And there's like one dyed with, I think, turmeric and grape leaves.
Well, turmeric's in
grapes.
that little kit you had.
Yes, maybe it was a different
This
color.
is gorgeous. And, oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Soft.
Is
And this
just
is what the
merino?
other one looked like. Yes, just 100% merino.
Huh.
This is what it looks like.
This is,
all
I don't
wound
know
up.
what kind of yarn. I mean, I know it's merino, but
Yeah.
it
I
just
know.
is super duper soft.
So this is how far I have gotten. And this pattern, again, like you said with yours, it's written out in sections.
right.
And every section has like a little subset. So I'm on section 1, part 7.
I
or
look
8.
at this pattern and I just don't have the brain space for it right now. It's
This is-
gorgeous.
There. So, and this is a huge shawl, and this is
God, that's going to be so pretty, Karen.
what I've got so far. I'm ready to get out of the blues into a different part of the color.
Yeah.
But right now, and this is not a difficult pattern. There's just a lot of counting. It's not something I can work on and like talk to people.
Right.
It's not a knit night
right.
project or sitting around with your friends knitting. It's a, excuse me,
Look what I see.
by myself at home
Yeah.
counting
With the cat's help.
with the cat's help. Yes.
That's really, really
So
pretty.
yeah,
That's going to
I'm
be
enjoying it.
gorgeous.
It's addictive.
Yeah. It's
Because
kind
you
of
get
like,
going. And
well,
you're-
it's short rows. I love short
Yes.
rows. I never thought I'd say
Yes.
that, but I do.
and the pattern doesn't say you have to pick up the wraps, but I've been doing it because I don't like the holes.
Right.
Remember when we did that, the Trea Molte?
And see, that's what I liked about it. That I didn't have to pick them
I mean,
up.
it looks pretty and it doesn't look bad because the sample that we got from the company,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't pick up the wraps either.
Yeah, it's hard.
And
to
the holes aren't big.
No, it's hard to see them when you're knitting.
Right.
Garter stitch.
Right.
If you were knitting
Exactly.
stockinette,
Right.
you definitely would want to
You
pick
would
them
want
up.
to pick
But
them
they're
up.
kind of hidden in a
So Lisa is doing hers, and she's not picking up the wraps, and I'm
Can you
doing
see what it
mine,
looks
and I
like?
am.
Yeah,
So
cool.
we can see. And I'm doing this on my zings. These are size 4, 3.5 millimeter. I guess that's probably the 24-inch cord. But
This just feels so stinking
Yes.
good. Yeah, I was going to do this. I had picked the yarn out and everything. And I got to looking at the pattern and I thought, there is just no way.
well, you know, she says even in the pattern, don't read too far ahead because you're going to get yourself
Right.
a little
But just
wrapped
this,
around the axle.
this just blew me away. And I
that is not-
understand that if you're doing it colors,
Yes.
because they use single colors to do it. But
Right.
anywho, I'm at a point right now that it has to be as simplistic as possible
Right.
for me.
Right.
I think I said this the last time, but with Earth Yarns,
Mhm.
each
Right.
skein of their yarn plants a tree in Africa. So there's a little something to go check out.
Knit one, plant one.
Yep. So that's pretty unique for a company to do that.
And I have this in my Attenti bag that I bought in Cleveland. And it's got the cute little llamas on it. Although that one kind of looks like a polar bear. Doesn't he? Look at his little head right there.
That's just not his best side.
See, okay. There.
So
There's
that's
his best side.
Yeah, that's his best side.
Got the cute little earrings on and everything. This bag has so many pockets. It is so cool. And look, the little strap is like this. And then you duck it through this little loop.
And then when it shuts,
And it shuts
Huh.
up. Isn't that cool?
get out of here.
Yes. No, it's my house.
We'll shut the front door.
Okay. So that's that. And I
Okay.
have one more
Whip. Awesome.
My rocket cardigan. So my kid came home not too long ago, and for his birthday he had gotten a tattoo. And the tattoo he got was Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy. And I was like, look, I'm making his sweater.
Didn't you put that in the last podcast?
Did I? Maybe.
There may be, I think she put a picture of his tattoo in the podcast right before this one.
Did I? I don't know.
I thought you did.
I have to look.
I
and
know
see.
I saw it, but
Well, I sent you a picture
right.
of it.
But for some reason I thought it was, and I could be lying. I totally could be lying. But
Anyhow, I thought I was going to be done with the body of this last night. But then I tried it on. And note to self, next time you knit a sweater, do it on interchangeable needles. Because that way I can add an extra cord on
right,
and try it on.
right. That makes
This one I
total
did
sense.
not. And so I took all the stitches and put them on waste yarn because I kept trying it on.
right
But of course, it's on a 32-inch cord, so it's not going around.
all the
And
way.
it's, yeah, and it's not hanging right, so
Right.
I couldn't tell if it was long enough or not long enough. So I took the time to put all the stitches on waste yarn,
Right.
and then I made the RO take a picture so I could see.
Did you use that cocoa knits
Oh
thing?
no, hell
Okay.
no.
All right. Well, so just real quick for newbies, if you're a new knitter and you don't know what she means by interchangeable needle. Interchangeable needle, there's fixed and there's interchangeable needles in
Right.
circulars. So I don't have my little key, but if you look here, you can see holes there. This separates right here. So you can screw this off and put a bigger needle on, or you
Right.
can put an extender for the cable on, which she could have done to make it, that's what we mean by interchangeable needles.
Right.
So you get the needles with cords,
Different
separate,
size cords.
right? You buy them in sets generally, and then that way you can switch to a bigger needle. Like some top-down pieces, you start on a
Right.
16-inch because you're knitting the neck,
Right.
and then you can switch to a bigger cord. Sometimes you start with a bigger needle and you go down, or vice versa, so that way it's just easier to switch out and not have to knit from one needle to another, or
Right, like with
or
my
whatever.
mitts, I started the cuff with a size 4, and then the body of the mitt is done with a 6.
right.
So I just pulled it out and changed the tips
Right.
on my
And
cord.
it's either last podcast or the podcast before. She gifted me a set of the Knitter's Pride Melodies of Life Zings. So if you go back either one or two podcasts, you can see those in there and see what a set of interchangeables look like.
So, anyhow, ooh, I'm hungry. Sorry, I hope you didn't hear that.
Well,
I ate breakfast.
it's life. If they did, she's hungry.
Well, it's not fart. It was just.
Darn, I meant to buy pretzels on the way down here.
Oh,
Okay.
have some pretzels. Anyhow, here it is.
God, it's so pretty. So
I have
stinking pretty.
8 more rows.
The color is not coming across on there like it is in
It's
real
a
life.
really pretty slate blue.
Yeah,
Which is a departure for me of my brown
But
and
it's
beige.
so pretty.
Yes.
And it's so pretty. Yeah. Yeah, that's gorgeous. I wish the color would come across.
It fits perfectly. Oh yeah, as you can see that now. And I thought we were talking about it earlier that I could probably have blocked it because it was only like maybe an inch and a half
Right.
too short. If I didn't have such a big butt, it probably would have been fine. But
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
that's right. So I thought, well, when I block it out, it is going to get a little bit longer. But as we were talking about, you know, if I hadn't added the extra on it when I blocked it, it wouldn't have been as long as I thought it's going to be.
It would just be
Yeah.
your luck.
And then it would be just with, you know, that much of my ass hanging out. And
It'd be a Daisy Duke sweater.
exactly, and it wouldn't have been attractive in my opinion. So I'm adding the extra, and then I'm going to start on the sleeves.
It's
You
so
know, I'm at the
stinking
point-
pretty. It feels wonderful.
I love this sweater, but I'm kind of, if I never see broken rib again, for
No,
the
I
next,
can imagine.
because the sleeves are going to be all in broken rib too. So
It's really pretty. Okay, so did you talk about the yarn yet?
no, this is Miss Babs Yowza, and this is on a size 6 needle. I'm using my Chiaogus, but Miss Babs Yowza is a heavy DK, light worsted. I mean, they call it a DK, but it's a little heavier.
Did
Than a
you
regular DK.
alternate skeins or did you
I
just
did not.
Okay. So
What
you just went from
happened-
skein to skein.
What happened was, I was going to, because you can see over here, right here, I was going to start alternating skeins.
Right.
But each row begins with a purl. So you see this cute little bumpy ridge around here. When I started to do changing skeins, the little bumps went away.
Hmm.
See how there's no bumps? So then it would have been like from the top to where I split for the sleeves, would have had these cute little bumps, and then they would have gone away
On that side.
for for whatever. Yeah, when we changed, so it wouldn't have
Right.
been the same. It would have been bumpy on
Not
one
bumpy.
side, and then bigger gaps because you're changing the yarns right
Okay,
there.
gotcha.
So I said, you know what?
It'll be what it'll be.
It's gonna, yeah. And Tanya's like, I never alternate skeins. So
Well,
I said, you know what? I'm gonna take a leap of faith
and not.
and not do it
Knock on wood.
and see what happens.
I haven't done it either. yet.
Because, you know, well, I didn't with the yarn that you dyed
Me
for our
either.
Zwag, and
Me
I had
either.
no problem. And if you look at this, I mean, I can't see. Of course, I can't see because it's in front of my face. But
Well, but you know what? Normally when we pull stuff up here in front of this,
right,
you can see
it.
stuff. And when you take pictures of it, you can see. And I don't really see anything that glares out
No.
as a problem. So,
Me either. So I just said, you know what? If it does, it does. I'd rather have the edge look right, and
right.
because the yarn's gonna fade eventually when you wash it. So
Right. Yeah, I think it's beautiful. And that's, to me, that's a lot. That's a challenging knit. It's not hard, challenging because of all the broken rib and the pattern.
like 3 different cable or twist stitches And so there's actually 6 because there's right and left versions of each of them.
Right.
And it took me until I split for the sleeves to figure out how to do probably 80% of them without a cable needle.
Right.
So, and the other ones I didn't even use a cable needle. I just held it with my finger, and
There you go, showing off again.
so
Just kidding.
like I was just tired of pulling out that cable needle, and then I would lose it. It'd be behind my ear, it'd be down on my shirt. It was just like, I got to figure out how to do this without it.
Right.
So it did make it go quicker. And when you got to take the sleeve stitches out, because you knit the whole thing. These are not picked up, the front bands. It's knit along with the sweater. So
Right. So up until you
Yes.
split for the arms, you were knitting a whole bunch.
you were knitting a whole freaking sweater.
Right.
And I like the collar. This part gets seamed up. It goes behind your neck. It's going to be a nice warm sweater.
Mm-hmm. You could wear a t-shirt underneath that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think that's going to bother you.
Oh, no,
Naked
no.
arm? No, I don't think that'll bother you at all.
No, I don't think so at all. So yeah, I love Miss Babs yarn, and Yowza is a really nice yarn.
I've knit 2
Yes.
brickless with that.
With the Yowza?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Tanya and Crystal did their Soldatnas
Mm-hmm.
with Miss Babs, with the Yowza. And this is my second. I bought 3, and this is my second one. So I'll have to break into the third one for the sleeves, but I'll probably have, and I will probably not use this for the sleeves. I'll just start with the brand new one.
Mm-hmm.
So both sleeves will be the same.
And split it. Split
Yeah.
the ball in half. I mean,
Yeah.
split the skein in half.
Just in
and
case.
Make 2 balls, one for
Yeah.
each sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then when you get down to the bottom and you have to do a cuff, if you run out, you can always put that on there. And if the cuff is
Right.
a little
Right.
contrast to the body of the
Right.
sweater,
That's
it
not
wouldn't
going to
really
matter. But you don't want it to be like to right here,
right.
one color, and then the rest of it, and then the other sleeve all the same color. Yeah. So
Oh my gosh.
hopefully this will be done today. Not done. The body will be done. So I'm excited.
Yay.
That is all of my whips.
Okay, so I guess it's that part in the contest in the podcast where we go on to booty call, our favorite. Booty call. Quit messing with me, people. This is our stash enhancement section of the podcast. If you're a new viewer,
Oh, I have to show this first. This
Okay.
is a free pattern, but I saw it online the other day, and it was really cute in self-striping yarn. Is there a picture of one of them in self-striping? Of course not. But Susan's going to get a kick out of this because they are the Pioneer gloves.
Mhm.
Look how cute they are. With the way the thumb comes out.
yeah.
In
is
self-striping, you can see the stripes and then it goes off
Oh yeah. Okay.
to the thumb.
I dig
But
that.
look who it's by.
I can't see.
Kelly McClure. I saw this pattern and I was like, oh, this is really cute. I didn't even see who designed it. And apparently my iPad was like, we need to have her name back in here again. So I think it just printed it out on its own. And it was like, here, Karen,
You must do this.
you must do this.
She has infected your eyes.
I think she
The reason
has.
this is so funny is because I worked on her.
Sock head cowl
Yes, she does a sock head hat, and she
for
does sock
30
head.
years.
It wasn't quite 30 years. It was my podcast knitting for a long
For
time.
like the first year of our podcast.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Those are super
I mean, I did think they were cute, but then when I saw who they were by,
Yeah, and it's a free pattern.
yes, it's
I'm
a
gonna
free
have
pattern.
to get this one. Oh my god, that's hilarious. So now when you
And I thought it would be really cute.
it'll pop up in there.
like, oops, nope, that's solid color.
Yeah, it'll pop up in there.
It'd be really cute in
Kelly
some
McClure.
Felici, because it's for fingering weight yarn.
Uh-huh.
And if you go on the Ravelry page for it, you'll see that they did it in self-striping.
Right.
And they were
Okay.
really, really cute. So I thought, hey.
So I see charts in here. Is it
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really look through the pattern.
okay? No, the reason that's funny is because Karen's iPad, every time she would edit and get to that part,
Yeah.
it would just automatically throw Kelly McClure up
it
there.
would throw it in there.
Because
I'd say Sockhead Cowl and it'd go by Kelly McClure.
Okay, well, I guess she's going to be back in rotation. And if we
Yep.
both do it, then it'll
I
be
know.
good. There you
yeah.
go.
Yes.
All right, so booty call time.
Yep, boot call.
All right, so I'm wearing booty call.
Oh, yes.
I got this from Knit Nook in Morehead City. Showed it to you earlier, Sheep Wreck, and it's by Knit by Pearl. Is that right?
Yep.
She makes the coolest stuff. You're getting ready to see
Yes.
some more of it.
She does all her own artwork.
Oh, it's gorgeous. There's several different ones. It was so hard to choose.
I know mine was on back order. I have one too.
Which one did you get?
Sheep faced.
Oh yeah, that one was cool. There was a bunch of them. That were. It was just so hard. I mean, I could buy all of them and be happy.
Oh, I know.
It was hard to make a decision, but I figured the bull in the china shop that I am,
You are a sheepwreck.
I'm a sheepwreck. So that's my first booty call. Do you want to alternate or?
Sure.
Okay, so while you're doing your booty call, I'm gonna take a potty break
Okay.
real quick.
I will do some.
If I had the energy, I'd grab one of those baskets and skip to the bathroom.
Good. Okay. So, I got this as a gift. Uh-oh. Did she run? Oh, no. She's going to follow you in the bathroom. You better watch out. It's the evil Cheeto. She's out and about. I got this bag as a gift from my lovely RO. It is felted wool and humane leather. It's naturally tanned and humane leather from a natural death. So they don't kill any creatures to get the leather. And there's azo free dyes. I'm not sure what that is. And they're hand felted. They support fair trade artisans and their communities in Nepal. And 1% of what we earn fights child labor. And the company is Fibers of Life. And the little panels on the front button off. Hang on. So you can take it off. And they have cute little felted pins that you can pin on instead. Or they have different scenes, pictures on the little panels that you can change out.
Okay, yeah. So then you can just buy one bag
Right,
and buy different panels
Right.
and or pins.
right.
Awesome. Oh man.
And it's got snap closure. And then inside, I don't know if you can see way down in here, there's a flap and then 2 pockets.
awesome.
And the strap comes off.
So it's very versatile.
Yes. So the strap comes off so you can carry it. It's like a handbag. Or you can carry it as a shoulder bag or crossbody.
You could use this for a knitting bag, purse,
I know,
pocketbook,
yeah.
whatever, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I've got a cute little, the little pins look like this. And there's all different, there's like birds and flowers and stuff.
Right.
These are stuck on here, but, and then this is just a little, either Notions pouch or wallet. You can
Huh. So,
put stuff in.
did you tell them why you got this?
I got this for being a little nursey for my RO. He had some medical stuff going on, and anytime I have to do really gross stuff,
It
I get a
gets
present.
presents. She sends me a message and says, I asked how he was doing. She said, oh, he's doing fine. I'm having to do this and that. And I gets presents. Like, okay.
yes.
Okay. So still my favorite is knitting bag ever because my friend Karen made it over here. And because it's long enough that my pattern fits in there without having to be folded. I don't know why every bag maker doesn't make them this way.
I don't either.
I wish somebody would get busy making them.
I know.
Is that what that is?
in my spare
Is
time.
that what that is?
Those were double point holders.
Okay.
I don't know what
No,
the rest
so
of
that's
that's
not
going
what
to
that
be.
is. All right, so my turn, your turn, or what?
I don't care.
Okay, so last time I was down at the sheep shop when I got my shirt, the knit nook,
Sheep shop shirt.
sheep shop shirt at the Nook.
Sheep shop shirt.
I got this yarn, and I don't know that I have both of the things because I split them. Well, I do.
Oh, look at that.
I split them because I was going to knit this pattern that I found. Okay, so the yarn is a mono, is that how a mono yarn, and the particular yarn is called Awa. It's a,
It's a DK weight.
sure is, 328 yards. I guess I'm reading the wrong way. Oh, baby alpaca, merino wool, and Pima cotton. Y'all were reading it, and I was trying to. It is so soft. It feels so good, and the colors are absolutely gorgeous. So I got blue and green. So cool. Anyway, colorway 1104 and 1110. I wrote blue and green on there so I would know which was which. So I found a pattern for fingerless mitts that had two colors. Jumped right on it like I always do before I really get into it, and then discovered that they were knit flat and then seamed up. So then I was like, not doing that. So now I'm on the hunt for a DK weight fingerless mitt pattern using two colors. I would really like to use two colors. If not, I have one pattern I can use as a single. So if any of you guys out there have an idea of what you think would be a perfect pattern for these two yarns, DK weight fingerless mitts, please comment below and let me know, because I would love to knit something with this. I started knitting with it.
Can't you modify the pattern to do it in the round?
Yes, it can be done, but unless I rewrite it out for myself, you know I always screw it up when I try to fuckity fuck around with something. So yeah, that's why if there's one out there that you know, then I'm good to go with it. If not, then I may have to do the other and get some help figuring it all out. But I started knitting with it because I was going to start another pattern. Oh my God, it knits
It's
up.
nice.
It's wonderful to knit with. So yeah, if anybody has an idea, let me know. I'm keeping this for right now in my drawstring knitting bag that our friend Pam, who is no longer with us, made for me. Alright, so that's one booty call.
Then we both got
Oh yeah, were they
little contrinkles things. You got the same ones I did, didn't you?
Did I?
Yep.
Did? Oh yeah. We got
with gauge swatches, and then
I've always wraps
yarn,
per inch thing. I've always wanted one of these.
I know, me too.
Because when I have a yarn that I've lost the
you
if
can
you're a
lay it
newbie
in here.
if you're a newbie and don't know, if you don't have a wrap on your yarn and you have one of these, you can lay it in here to try to figure out what kind of yarn it is, and wrap it around, and ever how many wraps per inch, which it tells you right here how many wraps per inch you get. Then you can figure out whether you have a DK, sport weight, a fingering, a lace,
and
whatnot.
we got the Knit Nook logo put on the back of these. There's little Knit Nook Nick.
Knit. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. And are these cedar? Or are they just
I don't know.
wood?
I doubt if they're cedar.
These would be great to keep in every project bag that you have, especially the knit gauge. Maybe the wraps per inch you wouldn't want to keep on every one, but this one, that way you know what your gauge is when you're knitting.
Well, I like that it's a square and you're not just using a tape measure and you're going maybe. So this gives you rows and stitches at the same time.
Yep. I think I'm going to give one of these as a gift. Probably that one. But that's katrinkles.com.
Yep.
She makes really cool, which I think you guys have some stitch markers.
Yes. I'll just go ahead and show those now.
Yay.
These are the Knit Nook Nick stitch markers. And I also got, surprise, kitty cats.
Didn't y'all get some North Carolina ones?
We have North Carolina ones, ones that a set that say beginning of round, front, back, left, right, something like that.
Right. So
They have-
instructional ones.
Yeah,
and
instructional
the Knit
ones.
Nook ones.
Mhm.
And North
Yep.
Carolina.
And kitty cat ones. Yep.
They're cool. Super cute.
And then one of these little stitchable thingies that says this project belongs to, and then you stitch your initials in the little squares.
I almost got one of those.
Yeah. I thought it was cute to hang on.
But I didn't
maybe one of my bigger project bags.
Yeah, I didn't want to break the bank that day, so
Yeah.
I'll pick one up at another time.
Yeah, yeah. And then the last Katrinkle thing, I got a nitty noddy for winding yarn back into a skein. And let me tell you, folks, this takes a little practice.
Learning curve.
It's a little learning curve, but I went on the YouTubes because all things are there, and it showed me how to use it, and just
And then you pop it off and
then you pop it off and twist it up and
right into a skein.
all
Awesome.
good.
Another one of the little things I picked up while I was there, and if you're a family member, I'll skip ahead. I'm going to break this apart and put them in the bags.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Wool House, and they are felted mug rugs.
They're tiny little balls.
They are
not the
so
coolest?
stinking cute.
I know. I have to have a set of those.
Yeah, I couldn't decide whether the gray or the colored ones, and I thought that for aging people, color might be good. So
Well,
that
yeah, so they
gray
can see
didn't.
and not,
Yeah, gray didn't blend
Right.
into everything, and you
Right.
half put your cup on, half
Right.
off, and then you got a mess. So,
Right.
but I thought they were super cute.
They are
There's some
very
round
cute.
ones and square ones, and yeah, these are just really neat. So, all right, that's another one done. I got one more, and then I'm done.
And then me too. And I got some zings, double points. I got 6s and 8s. I'm really enjoying using the interchangeable set, so I thought I would get some of the zings
Right.
because most of my double points are wooden,
Mhm.
and I've used them for so long that the points are worn.
Right.
So, I mean, I know I could probably sand them, but these are not expensive things.
I know everybody knows how
So-
bad I hate double points, but
Uh-huh.
I think that I will get some of those
Yeah.
for when I do use double points.
Well, like
And
when
try.
you do hats, when you do the
Yeah.
crown of a hat,
Right.
you know, you're going to need double points unless you magic loop it, but double
Yeah, I
points
don't know.
are...
I knit
Yeah.
I knit on a circular needle till I can't knit on a circular no mo.
Right.
So I might only
Yeah.
have 2 rounds on a double point, but
Right. Right.
hey,
But again, like I said, these are not expensive at all, so
I'm gonna get
they're
some
even
and try 'em.
cheaper than the wooden ones.
Okay, my last bit of booty call from my last trip down to the yarn shop is, and I have been using this, I hope it's clean, is from Knit by Pearl, the same person that made the thing. And this was on one of the t-shirts, so again, it was hard to decide. So I got one t-shirt and I got something different on my mug. I need to get my sheep together. And it's a 15-ounce mug, so it's a good
Right.
amount of coffee, tea, whatever it is that you
Right.
drink in there. So, and again, she had multiples of these, and it was really kind of hard to decide.
Right.
But, yep. Really cool artwork. And as mugs go, not
I
a
know.
bad price.
I know. The prices are really good on
Yep,
those.
it was like $18. So, you can't beat that.
Right.
Call Lisa and Karen. They'll ship them to you. All right. So, any
That's
more
it.
booty call?
Well, the last booty call we got,
Oh, yeah.
we'll be drinking our beer out of today. From Lisa. Beer mugs that say, lay flat to dry.
And again, from Knit by Pearl.
Yes. So, yeah.
We're going to have to tag her in the post for this podcast.
Right.
And this was also on a t-shirt. So, I mean, it was just tough.
Right.
It was so hard to
Right.
decide.
So Susan picked the beer today because I didn't have any beer in the house, and I sent her a message and said, could you stop and grab one on the way? And she said, sure, and you know I pick things by the name. So this one
Really fits me.
It's called Hop Stupid Ale. And it's a IPA.
India Pale Ale.
India Pale Ale. Right? 8% alcohol by volume. 102 IBUs. So it's going to be...
International Bitter Unit.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Hey, I'm learning.
Okay, that's really tiny. So if you want to read that.
Clean this mess up or else we'll all end up in jail. Those test tubes and the scale, just get them all out of here. He was referring to the complex supercritical CO2 hop extraction equipment set up on the table in the lab across from the brew house. Hop extracts are for the big brewers, he thought, suitable only for crummy, substandard, and barley passable industrial lagers, not the subtle and elegant craft beer made here. But he was wrong. The new brewer does not eschew any possible inputs. In this case, the extract will replace the mountains of hot vegetative material in the kettle, thus creating cleaner hop flavors and preventing the otherwise spinach-like mess of a kettle full of super hopped wort from clogging up a pump or worse. God, that was a sentence. The sensuous, honey-like...
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Brown chicken, brown cow. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
sensuous asked me.
Yeah.
The sensuous honey-like amber ooze was administered intravenously to the wort kettle, and the sacrament was complete. Another kettle of Hop Stupid is once again raised up and fermented on high. Call us at, and then they have their number.
Oh, okay.
So it's Lagunitas Brewery. Whew, that was a mouthful.
That
one
was.
sentence.
Made it all fancy. There's their little logo. That's their little doggy.
Say it again.
Lagunitas.
Lagunitas.
Yeah.
Okay, instead of lager, Lagunitas.
Lagunitas. It probably means something. I don't know.
I'm sure it does. When I was at my brother's house, I always drink a craft beer when I go to his place.
Right.
And I never did send you the picture because I was hop stupid and forgot.
Good.
But I had that at his house the last time.
Oh, yeah. That mocha stout from Highland.
That was super good.
It's one of my favorites.
That was really, really good. All right. So, here we go. We're going to
sniff.
Yeah. It's a pretty color.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It is a pretty color.
It's a pretty color. It's a little bitter.
It is, but not as bitter as
a
I
sour
thought it was
beer.
going to be. Yeah.
I drink it. Okay, so I know some are supposed to be not cold and all that. Is this one that should be colder, or is this what it's supposed to be? Because it's been sitting up here for an hour.
Yeah, but it was sitting in the little chiller thing. It could probably be a little bit colder, but you don't want it so cold, like the whole 32-degree thing.
Right.
Because that takes the flavor out. All you can taste is cold.
Right. That's good. I love the color, though. It's a really pretty color.
That's the amber ooze.
Oh, is that what that is?
And you can see the little sheep.
That's just what happens when you have too much of this beer.
You lay flat to dry.
She's got her legs all flung up in the air and everything.
I know. What in the world?
She a hoe.
She a sheep hoe.
She a hoe. All right, so on the thumb scale of up or down,
I go up.
I give it an up.
Yeah.
Yep. I would drink it again. You guys should go and try it. Lagunitas Hop Stupid. It's pretty good. I like it. I'd do it again. Makes me feel better about my beer choices now.
Yeah,
The last time I stopped at that place, I had no clue.
Right.
And I went in the beer cooler because they have a big, huge walk-in beer cooler. And of course, I grab one bottle of something. And the girl's like, oh, no, you can't do that. Because in the big beer cooler, you have to buy about the six-pack. You can't buy singles. So she's like, I got some singles down there. I said, well, you just go pick me out one. And she picked out the Dragon's Milk.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah, she was like, hey, I'm going to F you up. Here you go.
and I'm gonna sell you the most expensive single beer I got in the case. But it was super good, and it's worth the money.
Yeah.
But this one's really good too.
This one is delicious.
I did this all on my own.
You did. I'm so proud.
And apparently I've learned, because I retained the international beer
Bitterness units.
bitter unit. And what are we? 8% alcohol.
8% alcohol.
Okay, yeah. So, I like it. What do you think?
I think it's good.
All right. Go get you some.
So, I guess, unless you have anything important to impart.
Nope, I'm good.
Well, thank you for joining us again for another hour or so of Full of Knit. We appreciate it. Hit thumbs up.
Like and subscribe.
Tell your friends.
Because we're still waiting to do that 500 subscriber giveaway.
Oh, we're so close. 25 people. 26. Somewhere
Something like
around
that.
there.
Yep.
Yeah. So y'all tell your friends.
All right.
They don't have to watch us. They just have to subscribe.
But if they want to win a prize,
If
they have
wanna
to
win a
watch, because then they
prize,
have to know what to do.
Because we'll probably do that prize maybe in the comments section of a podcast.
Yeah, I would.
Because those are the people that are watching us.
And that's who
should get it. You should deserve the prize. Right. So, get your friends. When we get to 500, good stuff is coming.
Right on.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
So, cheers.
Cheers. And remember,
hashtag
don't be a dick.